Hey family, it's your girl Amber here to deliver your weekly video, which this week we voted on messages from our higher self, y'all. Prepare to get dragged, myself included. Today is Friday, but tomorrow we have the full moon and Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising, so anytime there's a moon placement with Virgo, I'm always hypercritical. I'm always trying to see what I can improve about myself, what needs to be altered, and more specifically, that connection to the body and the connection to like eating habits and health and wealth and all that good shit, right? But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to deliver some gems from spirit or some gems from your higher self. So let's get started. I am going to show you guys all of the cards. No worries if you guys didn't get a chance to pick. You don't have to pick just one. Whichever ones resonate with you, go ahead and watch the video. Okay, so for pile number one, welcome. I want you to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. Okay, pile number one. I have your one card, but I haven't looked at it yet. I'm gonna just start shuffling and seeing if I can start channeling any information, what comes up for me. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles is coming through. It feels like there's something that you're forcing. What are you forcing? I think that it's so funny, like we're hopping right into it, but I feel that your higher self is trying to communicate to you that there's something missing. There's something that you need to do before you push forward and take those necessary steps. The 7 of Pentacles here is showing that you have been doing the work, right? Like that you have been planting your seeds. You have been remaining consistent, but there's something that is not working, or there's something that you need to add to make it a little bit more powerful, because you could just be like, I'm doing all the things, but what's going wrong? And why not just turn this card over? Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So this is what it is, pile number one. We have been, or you have been, giving your power away. And it's not to make you feel bad. We all have those moments where we get caught up slipping. It's human, it's part of this experience. But this is why your higher self is coming through to say, you know what? It's time to bring it back. It's time to will in our power back. It's time to reconnect with our power, and whatever that may mean to you. For some of you, it's through, again, it's the habits, it's the habits, it's the toxicity, I'm hearing lack of listening. So pile number one, some of you guys are not the best listeners. But also when it comes to the 7 of Pentacles messages, what I'm feeling is that you have to, protection is a part of the process, and I feel like that's something that some of you have gone missing. And it's not to say that this was something that you've done intentionally. It's just not a part of your routine, right? So that's why your higher self is here to share with you that it's time to level up when it comes to your protection. So what are those protection rituals? How often are you doing it? And really creating a system that incorporates protection work into your daily or weekly routine. So whether that is through whether that's through baths, whether that's through candle work, candle magic, whether that's just prayer and asking for prayer of protection, protecting everything, not just your family, not just your physical health. This is mental protection, because even with this calling your power back, and I'm seeing all of these blues and purples, this is mental manipulation. This is third eye chakra. This is crown chakra that is calling on some healing. It feels like, although protection is really connected to the root chakra, I'm getting the sense that this is emotional protection. This is emotional protection. This is psychic protection. This is emotional protection, psychic protection, and just overall mental, like your whole thought process. So let's see, Spirit, can we elaborate on this protection for pile 1? And what it is for you guys, pile number 1, some of you guys have been actually trying to activate your third eye. So you've been doing some third eye work, some third eye chakra work and some crown chakra work, but there's interference, and there's interference because of that lack of protection. So being mindful of, like, when you're doing this work, who are you calling in? Making sure that if you're connecting with your ancestors, you're connecting with your honorable ancestors. I'm a light worker, so I only work with those light energies. So even when I'm praying, I'm always asking, like, connecting to the highest light and the greatest good. Some of you, pile number 1, need to be calling on Archangel Michael for that protection. Connecting with Kyanite as well is a way that you can work with Archangel Michael. But I'm also feeling like it's time to cut the cord. It's time to cut the cord with some of y'all too. Okay, Spirit, can you elaborate on this protection message for pile number 1? I'm hearing that you're running in circles, like, and where I'm getting this from is, like, you see this circle that's at the top. I feel like this is you. So you are on the journey to wholeness. It feels like you're on the journey to feel better, to do better, to get better. Completion. You're wanting to complete a cycle, or yeah, you're wanting to complete a cycle. I feel like you're in a cycle of completion, but it's almost like you keep taking the same route, right? And you always end up back to that one space. And the reason why you are in that space is because of that lack of protection, and your higher self wants to know that. They're not telling you to change how you're doing things, but just adding protection into the work that you're doing. So this could also just be boundaries, right? This is wearing more white to cast off that energy. Literally, like, wearing your hater blockers, wearing protection oil, conjure oils for protection as well. And I'm hearing it's circumstantial. So some of you guys do protection work, but it's only like when you're reading cards or when you are doing spell work. Protection needs to be done all year round, every day, or at least every week, and especially every month. So don't base it on what the circumstances are. If you're, like, tapping into that woo energy, this is just something that needs to be implemented into your daily routine. It needs to be a habit. The Fool. So also what I'm feeling, pile number 1, that some of you, so it's funny because with this Fool energy and this protection energy, I'm feeling a few things. The first message that's coming through is some of you are beginning to start a new relationship with crystals. So, or you've been wondering about crystals, you're doing more research about crystals, because again, like, crown chakra, third eye chakra, so maybe you're doing some research, maybe you're doing a lot of YouTubing, reading books, seeking knowledge, right? And it's like, now I'm ready to begin. Start with a protection crystal. So this can look like black tourmaline, black obsidian, smoky quartz, protection crystals. So that's for some of you. Some of you had that message about starting to work with crystals, but also the Fool is honoring that there is a new beginning or a new cycle that you guys are embodying, or a new way of doing things, right? So maybe you were already doing that sort of work, but your higher self wants you to explore a new method or a new way for you to protect yourself, and for you to call your power back. Wow. So the Wheel of Fortune just also flew out for you guys too. So you guys are really about to start a new cycle, and your higher self is wanting to prepare you for that. And I'm sure you felt it, right? If you're watching this, you have to be somewhat intuitive, right? I know that you've been feeling this cosmic shift that's happening for you guys, or maybe you've been pushed to that point. You're being like ushered onto that edge, but you haven't quite yet made that decision that it's time to take that risk. It's time to start that new adventure, that it's time to trust in the divine and time to trust in that path that you've been led to. You do not have to know or have all of the answers. Spirit just wants you to have that willing, or your higher self wants to have that willingness and cultivate self-trust. Because when I think about the Fool, I think about trusting the universe, but this is more so about trusting yourself, trusting that you are protected, trusting that you have everything that you need to embark this new journey or this new adventure or this new cycle for you, because it's not a phase. I think that some of you guys are feeling hesitant about taking that walk or like finally doing the thing because you feel like, is it a phase? I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I don't know if it's truly for me. And Spirit is already affirming like this is just a shift. So even if you didn't have that intention with this Fool energy to start fresh, it's coming. So when you're starting fresh, think about it. Like, I'm also feeling like some of y'all are having new apartments, new jobs, new opportunities that are blessing you and coming in. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you're clearing away the energy, doing a floor wash, doing some again, like I'm saying protection a million times because that is literally what Spirit is imprinting with me, imprinting into me. I'm also feeling like some of you are initiates, and whatever that may mean to you, whether this is like an initiate in a new religion or a new spiritual practice. I'm feeling like your higher self is letting you know and affirming that you're protected, that you have nothing to be nervous for. It's new, but you are supported. So I also feel like with this Fool card, some of you, or you could also be in a new group. Like there's a new cycle, but you're not doing it alone. There's people that you are doing this work with, whatever this work may be. I'm looking at this protection card and people are literally like in this circle. So whether this is actual like actual circles, maybe moon circles, or also just doing collective work together, collective protection work. This new way of calling back your power could be not doing it alone and leaning on your friends and leaning on your family and people that have the same spiritual background with you or that same spiritual curiosity as you to do it together. But you have to make sure that your energy is grounded, because I do feel like you might be doing this with multiple people. So when you are doing collective work, it's so easy for you to, especially you might be an empath. It's so easy for you to get caught up in the energies of others and pick up someone else's feelings or picking up someone else's thoughts. Hence protection, hence all in the circle, hence this crown chakra and all the mental stimulation that I've been discussing. That's why it's so important. Your higher self wants to make sure that you are staying grounded in your energy. You're staying grounded in your own energy. So you don't become a sheep. And I hate to say it, but it needs to be said. Like, your higher self wants to make sure that you're not following a trend or following a person, and making sure that you're doing this because you feel naturally called to. You naturally feel that calling. You're not doing it because you're following someone else. And some of you might have the tendency to do it. And it's not to say that you're followers. It's just to say that maybe in your upbringing, you had a strong male or woman figure in your life that was kind of hence this King of Swords. I was literally about to say that this person was just like straight to the point, do as I say. So some of you have maybe a sorry, I'm kind of caught off guard because that's so funny. Some of you have air sign. I don't know why it took forever to get that out. an air sign male, so whether this is like an air sign father who made decisions for you. And that's where calling your power back comes into play. So I do feel like your higher self is wanting you to heal through that relationship that you do have with this air sign male. It might not even be a father. This could be an uncle, a grandfather, your boyfriend, your partner, some prominent masculine figure who is an air sign. So they're very Mercury ruled, they're very strategic, they think that they know everything, they think that they have all of the answers. And because you are either younger or because you are a bit more submissive, you really took on their energy, and it was kind of just like whatever they said you did. And your higher self wants to let you know that it's time to call back your power back. You do not have to listen to this person anymore. You are your own source of authority. And that's why this Fool is coming through too, because it's a new way for you to connect with yourself. It's a new way for you to connect with your thoughts and how you process your thoughts, right? Because now you're starting to think more individually. Like, you're starting to have your own mind. You're starting to build your own perception and doing a lot of unlearning, which is so, so beautiful. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, but then, we do have this Eight of Wands energy. There is some fear. There is this feeling of being trapped. If I do this new thing, what are people going to say? I'm disappointed. I'm hindered by fear. Your higher self wants you to break free of those shackles of fear that have been casted over you. And I feel like this King of Swords energy, this could be someone who's very manipulative and has been manipulating you, and that's why you feel stuck, and that's why you don't feel empowered. So your higher self is making sure and wanting you to and encouraging you to call your power back. So this could look like cutting the cord rituals. For some of you, this could just mean setting firm boundaries. Hey, this is not what we're going to do anymore. This is a whole new day. I'm showing up as a completely new person. So watch your mouth, watch how you speak to me, watch how you talk to me, and that's it. But I do feel like you're doing some work around mental manipulation, psychic manipulation. So that's why protection is so pertinent at this time, and that's why your higher self is so adamant about this, because needing to protect your aura, protect your energy, protect your mind, your intellectual power. I want to give some of you guys a hug because I feel like you might have been used, or you might have been manipulated in a situation. And the Seven Pentacles, like I said, it felt like a bit of force, but I felt like someone else was trying to force their own perception or their own beliefs or their own methods and their own ways of doing things onto you. And it's just like your higher self is freeing you. Your higher self wants you to free yourself from those limitations that anyone has placed on you, but also yourself, right? Because this King of Swords could be you. This King of Swords could be your very fixed energy and your upbringing and feeling like things have to be done a specific way and not embodying that full energy of just kind of going with the flow. So there could also just be this balance, right? That you're being called to embrace. So I hope that you receive this message with love. And now we're going to go on to pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2, welcome. I'm happy that you're here to get some tea, to get some reads. 2 and 3, I don't know. I'm interested to see what comes through for us. But before we get started, I want you to take 3 deep breaths with me. Okay. So as I was like clearing away that energy, I heard the word observation. So you could be someone who's extremely observant, but you're observant, but I feel like it's getting critical at this point. I feel like you aren't fully accepting everything as it is. And I'm gonna start shuffling to try to see what messages come through before I Before I show this card, I haven't looked at any of the cards yet. I just want to see what comes through for pile number 2. So what message, Spirit, do we have for pile number 2? What messages do pile number 2's highest self have for them today? I'm hearing regret. So you regret, like, I'm feeling like you regretted seeing something. Excuse me. It's like you saw something and now you can't unsee it. But you were supposed to see it. You were supposed to. So just embrace it. That could just be for one person, but let's see. Okay, let's turn this around. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It is happening. Wow, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. When I look at this, I feel ultimate peace. I feel safe space. I feel safe haven, which is so beautiful because it's creating heaven on earth. So some of you, you might be connecting with Lemurian quartz. And if you have Lemurian quartz, or if you've been interested in connecting with it, this is definitely Spirit's nudge to go ahead and do so. I'm looking for some ones at some good pricing in Brazil, so I'm hoping to bring them into the shop over the next month or so. But okay, so that's first things first. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. This is so beautiful. I was feeling this very critical energy for you guys because you feel like you're not where you are supposed to be, or you're not where you want to be. And your higher self is bringing you back into this present moment to let you know that you're good and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And it's like you want to get to Z before you get to phase B. Like you want to skip some steps. And the best way, I feel like your higher self wants you to embrace where you are in this moment. So some of you are not happy with your living situations. Some of you are not happy with your career situation. Some of you are not happy with your relationships. But your higher self wants you to make the best of it and make it beautiful. Make it beautiful and create your own. What is heaven? What are those properties that heaven possesses? Is it complete bliss? Is it complete happiness? But I also feel like there's a visual aspect of it too, right? There's a serenity aspect of it. So I'm also feeling like some of you, you might be connecting or feeling called to connect with blue, feeling called to connect with blue water, blue anil, turquoise energy. Maybe some of you are working on planning a trip, or some of you are bringing the trip to you. I feel like a lot of you have like this sense of wanderlust and wanting to explore. And I know it sucks because I feel the exact same way, like wanting to go away. But you know, we have responsibilities to not just ourselves but to other people. But there's a way that you can bring that energy into your space, and your higher self wants to do so. So if you're connected to, let's say, if you're connected to Dominican Republic, bringing Larimar, which is a crystal, bringing that blue crystal into your space. That crystal can only be found in Dominican Republic. So that's a way that you're infusing your space with that energy. I feel like this is a time where instead of focusing on what you're not able to do, figuring out how you can bring that energy, how you can bring that aesthetic, how you can bring that mood, how you can bring that feeling into your space as it is. So whether this is with your body, whether this is with your home, whether this is with your job, whether this is in your relationships, it's time to get creative. It's time to get creative, and your higher self is all about wanting you to be focused on the present in this moment. Look at all these mountains. I feel like there have been some trials. I feel like there are some obstacles, but look at the water though. Look at the water. There's still things that you haven't invited into your space yet, into your space that can purify you. that can cleanse you. And maybe that's what you're needing as well. Maybe you're needing some cleansing so that you can start with a clean slate. Some of you want to build, but you want to build fresh. You're not willing to build on something that has already been made, or you're not willing to like do the, I'm almost thinking about like ice sculptures, right? Like I know that my like metaphors and shit kind of get out of hand, but bear with me, accept me as I am. I feel like some of y'all want to like, okay, so back to ice sculptures, right? Some of you want to start with a fresh piece of ice that hasn't been touched, and you feel that you'll be able to create more and to do more with a clean slate. Your higher self is letting you know that that's actually not the case. This is the time where now you're supposed to be molding and building and reimagining and reupholstering it. A lot of recreating, reimagining, is that's the type of energy that I'm feeling with you guys. So it might be time to change up your environment. You can't move, but you can bring some new plants into your space. You can change your furniture arrangement. You can add this, and that. Like, you can find ways to make things feel new. It doesn't have to always be new. Cause some of y'all are real like, some of y'all are real bougie, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not there yet to start completely fresh. And that's just the real, you're not there yet. So are you going to harbor on the fact that what you don't have and what you're trying to hustle to get? Or are you going to, beautiful, Ace of Pentacles and the Strength. So are you going to hustle or are you going to hustle and try to figure out how you're going to get to that end goal? Or are you going to take advantage of the opportunities at hand with you right now? Ace of Pentacles coming through. So your higher self is definitely, it's so funny, like your higher self is definitely bringing through a new opportunity to you. But it has to be dusted off. It's still fresh. It's still new. I just feel like some of you, in pile number 2, are not willing to do the work. And that's just the real. Your higher self wants you to be more committed to doing the work. And this is where this inner strength comes from. I feel like some of you doubt that. Some of you doubt your capability and your capacity to create change in your own life, to create change in your environment, to create change in your relationships. It's like when something doesn't I feel like some of y'all might be Sagittarius too. Like, I feel like you get bored. Something doesn't fill you or appease you or bring joy to you. Or as soon as it stops doing that, you're on to the next, which doesn't give you room to grow. Right now, there are experiences that your higher self is warning you, not warning you, but letting you know that this is an opportunity for you to grow. This is an opportunity for you to learn. This is an opportunity for you to exchange. And this is where this is where the tough love comes into play. So you're going to have to hold yourself accountable. This is your higher self wants you to hold yourself more accountable for your decisions, for your actions, for your thoughts. And also, like, when it comes to your career and your career choices and your job choices and things like that. You know your worth, so I'm not going to tell you what your worth is. But your worth definitely needs to be connected to what your experience is, your expertise, your school, those sorts of things. Some of you guys just want the coins, or you feel like you're worth X amount of dollars because, I don't know, but you haven't done the work to get there. That's what I do know. Yeah, see this 2 of Wands, like there's still more to learn. There's still more to explore. This could mean that you might be needing to travel. Some of you might be needing to take a road trip and get on the road and see more things. And maybe traveling will show you how people, wow, alchemy is coming through. This deck is all about alchemizing, using everything that you have to create your desired outcome or to create your desired goal. But I feel like hence this Two of Wands, this fire sign energy. I feel like some of you guys are not going to learn that lesson until you see how other people are living, until you see what resources they have and what they're able to create and what they're able to build with almost nothing. And that is going to show you that's going to show you and kind of put a battery in your back so that you can see, like, damn, maybe I haven't been working hard enough. And it's not to say that your higher self wants you to outwork anyone or wants you to exhaust yourself by committing to a goal or sticking to a goal. That's not the case. What it is saying, though, is that it's time to be more patient. It's time to work with what you have before quitting and trying something new or starting something new. You need to work on doing the work. Your higher self wants you to do the work. And it's not until you go out and explore and see what other people are doing or how other people are living where it fully clicks for some of you guys. Some of you are just hard-headed as hell, and it takes for you seeing it with your own eyes for you to identify like the root of the issue. Woof. Okay, number 2. I hope that you guys received this message with love. I felt like y'all were gonna get dragged, pero okay. So I am gonna straighten up, cleanse the energy, and head over to pile number 3. Welcome, pile number 3. I want you to take 3 deep breaths with me before we get into your read. Okay. All right, Spirit. Let's see what messages pile 3, highest self, has for them today. So I'm going to start shuffling and kind of see what comes through before I flip this card over. Okay, Spirit, what messages does pile 3's highest self have for them in this moment? I'm hearing retainer. Some of you guys are, this is so funny. This is like your higher self reminding you that you need to be wearing your retainer. But I also feel like some of you have been doing a lot of, like you might have been doing some research and you're in the process of retaining a lot of information. There's something that you are retaining or absorbing. Okay. Messages this pile 3's highest self have for them today. All right. Let's see. I'm hearing almost there. So yeah, I feel like you are a student of something. You're a student, you've been studying, you have been doing a lot of research, and you don't have to be a student like you're in school. Though you may be taking a course, but you could just be your own. It's like you're a student, but you're also like the teacher. You're teaching yourself, you're learning, you're doing your research, you're reading, you're practicing, you're integrating, and that's what you are retaining. All right, let's see what this is about. Okay, pile number 3, that's what's up. So you are a starseed. Some of us are starseeds, light workers, and our path is starting to get clear. And maybe you've been feeling like you're a starseed or a light worker, and that's what your purpose is, and that's what your mission here is. And this could be your affirmation. What I want to emphasize is what lights you up. Because we get thrown around like these keywords like starseed and healer and all of these things to kind of I don't know, like compliment our ego or to give credit to our ego. But there's this focus on doing your own healing work and being in charge of your own healing and not centering your healing around anything or anyone else. Acknowledging that when you heal yourself and when you're committed to healing yourself, that's immediately you doing the healing work for the collective. So if you are someone who's been like, I want to be a reader, or I want to be a reader, or I want to be a healer, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, like making sure as I part it, the devil, there's this temptation from your ego to there's a lot of temptation from your ego, right? But remember to stay in the light. Remember that it's not about you, because once you start to center yourself in the conversation, it completely negates your mission. And then it's not purpose anymore, because purpose is all about what your divine gifts and what your mission is and what God, source, the divine has tasked you with to create an imprint that heals or support the collective in any way, shape, or form. Three of Pentacles. See, this is all about collective work, doing things together. Your higher self literally wants to make sure that you are not allowing your ego to drag you down. Because it happens, like, especially when you start getting into the work. Listen, I'm a testament to it. Like, my head be getting real gas when y'all are like, yes, this resonates. Oh my gosh. Like, of course I get excited, but I have to remember that that's not me. That's spirit working through me. So that I'm not taking credit for that. That's all spirit's work. And I think some of you guys need to hear that, and your higher self is wanting to remind you of that. So it's also time to do a bit more self-reflection, especially when you get in those moments where you feel like what's driving you is based on other people. And I know that this might sound confusing, right? Because I'm talking about you doing your own personal healing work, and you're doing your own healing work, but I'm also talking about being a healer or doing whatever for the collective, doing light work for the collective. And I know it can kind of sound contradictory, but take what resonates and leave what does not. So let's get into it. Okay, what message does Pile 3's higher self have for them? This starseed message. So you getting clear. It's time to get clear about what those things are that actually makes you happy and bring you joy. And that's where some of you guys are going to be more clear in what your purpose is. And you're also going to realize that this could be things that connect you to your childhood. Your purpose is not something that you seek. It's something that is already stored within you. So if you can't usually find that connection to your childhood or with your family or something of the past in any way, shape, or form, that may not be your purpose. It might just be a hobby. So I feel like that needs to be clear as well. You have Three of Swords and Strength. This is the healing that I'm talking about. A lot of us are healers here. You're a healer, but your healing work is not pretty. Your healing work requires you to face the loss that you've experienced. So this could be, the catalyst for this could be actually losing someone that you love. This could be maybe connecting yourself to, maybe you had a past life regression reading and you've received some information on how you passed away in a past life, and now you're starting to realize like how you passed away is connected to your fears in this life, and that's part of your healing. It's not pretty, and I think that there's this huge huge cast of ignorance when it comes to the work that we do, because it's all love and light, but we don't really honor and acknowledge the darkness. And it's not darkness that's like in a dark energy, but darkness in a sense, like it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. This Three of Swords is all about pain and hurt and loss and sorrow, but that's where the true alchemy begins. Hence this also the Strength card as well. So some of you that are, you're being called to do some healing work. It feels like there's some things that you haven't yet processed or completely acknowledged or honored. And this is actually at the moment that you decide to face it head on and channel that inner strength and know that God, the divine, does not put anything on your plate that you cannot handle, and you are well equipped with the tools, especially you, because you have been doing your research, you know about healing work, you've been reading about ancestral traumas, and you've been doing the things, right? You know it, you've retained it, and now it's time to apply. Now it's time to take out those swords. You can't heal what you don't reveal. It's time to take away those swords and fill it up with light. It's time, literally filling it up with light, taking that pain and alchemizing it. Your higher self is letting you know that there's opportunity in pain, there's opportunity in loss, and it's all for the sake of your own personal healing, which can also be collective healing as well. It could be the model that you create for yourself, for your own inner healing, that brings you out of that darkness and brings you into that light. And that becomes the model where you're like, this worked for me. Let me see if I can create some sort of business, not business, but a practice around it and share it and teach it. But it's not until you face your own personal pain, and it's not until you do your own healing work where you're going to be able to share that with the world. So this is all about your higher self wanting you to face your own pain, and work on healing that. Wow. A lot of cards flew out, but this one is the last one to fly out, and it's the Two of Cups. You have Three of Swords, Strength, Two of Cups, and Starseed. So doing this healing work may actually usher or bring in a divine partnership. So this could be a soulmate connection that's going to be ushered in as a result of you facing that loss or facing those traumas. This could be a business partnership where you find someone who's also doing similar healing work, or committed to their own personal healing, or it's someone that is like spirited, but your higher self is letting you know with this Two of Cups energy, face it so that you can get what you want. You want this partnership, you want this divine union, you want this blessing from the universe. And this is also connected to your own personal relationships. I feel like some of you, you might already have your soulmate. You might already have, and I don't want to say your soulmate, but you might already be in your partnership. 1 second. Okay, sorry. So as I was saying, some of you might already be in a partnership. You might already have that person that is the one. You may have that ring on your finger, but you haven't yet planned the wedding. You're not ready to take that next step yet. And it's because you have your own personal healing to be done. And this person is here. This person is here with you. They're willing to rock with you. They're willing to be patient with you. But your higher self wants you to heal yourself so you can be a better partner, and of course be better for yourself, but you can also be a better partner. And your healing and you prioritizing your own healing will immediately impact in the greatest way your partnership or this union that you have. It's so funny because I pulled all of these oracle decks out and I didn't use them for any piles, but I'm going to pull them out for pile number 3. Release coming through. Release is that Three of Swords. It's time to let go. This is forgiveness. This might be forgiveness. Yeah, I'm feeling like some of you need to do some forgiveness. Whether you're forgiving yourself, you're forgiving a family member, something from the past. But it's time to let it go. It's time to face that you're hurt. You might have been wearing a mask that, you might have been wearing a mask that, you know, never even showed any pain. You might be hardened by your experiences. You might be hardened by your life. And it's time to soften up. It's time to face it, right? It's time to face that moment. So this Three of Swords energy could be having a conversation, because I am seeing this woman with her mouth open. So this could represent doing some throat chakra work and expressing your pain and expressing where your feelings were hurt, or expressing how you feel. You don't have to say this to anyone else. This could also be writing a letter. I'm feeling like maybe writing a letter to yourself in that moment, to your past self, writing a letter to someone who hurt you, and releasing it. So you might be feeling called, or your higher self is kind of nudging you to also do some, maybe participate in a releasing ceremony, writing things down, of everything that you're being called to release, or everything that you've been holding on to and it's just left this imprint. And it's not to say that you've been harboring on it or focusing on it, but it's still there. It hasn't yet completely been acknowledged. The circumstance is evident, but your personal feelings on how it impacted you hasn't fully been expressed. And now it's time to level up. Now it's time to level up and channel that lioness energy. So some of you might also be Leos, or this might be in connection with a Leo. Maybe this Two of Cups, this partner you're in divine partnership, might be a Leo. Okay, final message. Eight of Wands. Yeah. Do it now. Do it now. Some of you might have to take a trip in order to get that closure that you need, or to get that release. But this Eight of Wands is your higher self. It needs to be done now. You know what you need to do. Okay, sorry, my little one woke up. But the time is now. The time is now to start doing the healing work. The time is now to connect to your purpose. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Some of you guys are really gifted psychically, spiritually, emotionally. This could be therapy as well. I'm picking up on, you might be a therapist. You might be a therapist, nutritionist, someone who is a light worker, and you work in health, wellness, whether that's spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. That's you. So I hope that you receive these messages with love, and I'm going ahead and cleanse this energy and finish up with pile number 4. Pile number 4, welcome. Before we get into this read, drag, whatever you want to call it, let's take a few deep breaths and let's center our energy. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have? What messages does pile number 4's higher self or highest self have for them? So just as I was breathing, I heard escape. So joy, this is sacral chakra that I'm feeling right now for some of y'all. This is joy, this is creativity, connection to your body, pleasure, sensuality, all of those things that make you feel good and make you feel happy. You need an escape. I get it. We've been home, we've been locked down for way too fucking long, and we have cabin fever. I completely understand. So there is some form of escapism that your higher self wants you to create. So let's see. I'm gonna just start shuffling. If anything flies out, cool. If not, all good. I'll just go over and flip over that 4th card. I haven't looked at any of the cards before the readings, by the way. Okay. Getting comfortable with luxury. So that's 9 of Pentacles energy. Maybe you've been pulling the Nine of Pentacles recently and just have been rejecting that medicine, that it's time to take care of yourself. All right, let's see. Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion. Priestess, mystic, teacher. This is big Pisces and Venus, well, Venus and Pisces energy. So you might be a Pisces, your Venus might be in Pisces, but all of this pink and feminine energy that I'm picking up on. Sisterhood of the Rose. Bring flowers into your home, bring roses specifically into your home and into your space. You might be also connecting with any Kemetic gods and goddesses. More, well, of course, goddess, because this is divine feminine energy that I am picking up on. You have Sisterhood of the Rose and the Three of Cups. This message could not be any more clear. So this might be girls' trip. This might be girls' retreat. This could just be a girls' night. And I say girls because that's just what's represented in the photo, of course. But it's a lot of feminine energy and more so connectedness. So I'm feeling like you, pile number 4, are really feeling called, or your higher self is calling on you to connect with your sisters, connect with those that share the same beliefs as you, that share the same sense of humor as you, that admire beauty and luxury just as you do. Women that take care of themselves, they might be showing you how you can care for yourself. There's a sisterhood that I'm picking up on. So this could be 3 friends that you have. Maybe you are in a group where there's 3 of you guys that are really highly connected, maybe feeling called to do some womb circles, some womb healing together, maybe casting some moon circles or doing some sort of collective work, but really just enjoying yourself and having fun. This Venus and Pisces energy, again, luxury, taking care of yourself, finding beauty, and being devoted to those things. So the escape that you need is within. I feel like you need to escape from the mundane. So time to switch your hair up. It's time to switch your makeup up. It's time to switch up how you communicate and how you express yourself and how you connect to your body, your sensuality, and your beauty. And you might have already been feeling that. You might have recently cut off your locks or your braids, or thinking about doing a new hairstyle, or 5 of Wands is here, so maybe you've been conflicted about it, and now this is your confirmation. But the cool thing about this message, and by the way, I did Pisces tarot scopes yesterday, and it was the 3 of Cups. So a lot of y'all are Pisces or got a lot of placement or have a lot of placements in Pisces, because there's this very like dreamy, ethereal energy. And see where it takes you. I'm hearing enchanting or enchantment, beauty spells, love spell, working with rose, working with jasmine. Oof. I think also doing meditation, doing collective meditations as well with your soul group or with your friends. I feel like with all of this Pisces energy, which is so connected to the subconscious and the intuition and the dream work and things like that, you might be doing some dreams and having dreams about your friends, and you might be prophesizing for them. But I'm also feeling like this is about doing that work together as a collective, as a soul group. Collective readings. Yeah, this is it's so dope. This is a message of all about your higher self wanting you to care for yourself, but also knowing that you have people around you to set that example and to do it with you. This could be new moms, new mothers that are not used to having someone else to care for and prioritize, and in the process you've lost yourself, or you've lost the things that you love, or you've lost that connection to your body, to your beauty, and you just feeling good for you, not for anyone else but for you. But you have your girls, you have your friends right beside you to remind you who the fuck you are, and also to create practices that honor that power. So this could just also be for your birthday, maybe for your birthday, because things are different and you're wanting to do a group reading. Hence, why not book it with me? But lots of threes energy, doing things collectively, doing a lot of communication with the people that you love, and connecting and celebrating with the people that you love, and being committed and devoted to it. So this is not just a phase. This is not just a time to do something that you love, or to make yourself feel beautiful, or beat your face for the one time, take some photos on Instagram and be done with it. Make it a habit, make it routine. If it's something that makes you feel good, if you look at yourself and you look beautiful, and you see your higher self, and you see that that elevated version of yourself, and you admire it and you love it, that just means you need to be integrating more of that energy into the daily, so that you feel like that all the time, so that you feel empowered when it's time to show up, and you're not feeling insecure. Because I do feel like there's some insecure energy, and it's okay. But like I said, you have a support system, and you have a support team with you to remind you that you are that bitch, period, and per. Might be also connected to the water, taking baths. There might be one or two of you that are also working on becoming a doula, or are already a doula. I'm envisioning like you helping with the sacred feminine, or the divine feminine, and in the form of actually like helping women give birth. 8 of Swords and 4 of Swords. It's time to look at yourself in the mirror. Your magic, your higher self wants you to pay more attention to yourself in the mirror. When you walk past it, you might ignore it, or you don't look at it long enough. It's time to get into some mirror magic, and whether that looks like reciting affirmations, or just doing deep gazing. It's time to look at yourself. It's time to see yourself. It's time to see yourself for how everyone else sees you, okay? Because everyone else sees how beautiful you are, and how magical you are, and how connected you are to yourself. But for some reason, that connection has been lost. It's time to like turn the dial back on to that frequency that makes you feel good, and that makes you feel like yourself. And that's why I said there's this emphasis on this soul group and soul family, because those are the people that remind you of who you are. They remind you of your silliness. They remind you of your quirks. It's like there was a circumstance or situations that kind of maybe it's just corona and quarantine, right? Like not being around people, and so used to just being in that bubble, not really being able to interact one-on-one, you kind of lose that magic, like you lose that sauce. And now it's time to like sauce it up a bit. it's time to get your drip on. I also feel like stargazing too. I feel like I'm seeing like women reading each other's astrology charts or human design, and like doing this for fun with your friends. The Hangman. See, like there is this spiritual aspect. Wow, the Hangman and the Ace of Swords. Okay, yes, like there is this spiritual aspect to your friendships and your connections, and when it comes to bringing that beauty and the things that you love and that sacral chakra work, that is going to give you all of the clarity that you need. That clarity could just be like, damn, I miss my girls, or damn, why wasn't I doing this a long time ago, or damn, I should have been done this. Like, and now you know what you need to integrate. Now you know you need to be getting back into your dancing, because some of y'all are dancers and you haven't been dancing, you haven't been moving your body, you haven't been doing your yoga, and it shows. You haven't been in the gym. And it's not to say that it's not for like the 9 of Cups, it's not for the physical aspect. If it's all about how those things make you feel. This deck is all about connecting to your heart and connecting to how you feel, and ushering and bringing that beauty into your life. Beauty is not just physical. Beauty is spiritual. Beauty is mental. Like, what is your mind? What stimulates your mind? What stimulates you? Pile number 4, what stimulates you? 9 of Cups is so beautiful because this is all about gratitude. I think that once you find that connection or explore that connection or bring those flowers into your world, or working with the essential oils. So you might not have rose, but maybe you have rose oil or jasmine oil or calendula or lavender, because a lot of purple too, and of course Pisces season dream work, you're also connecting with lavender. This 9 of Cups is like you being in this deep space of gratitude for, damn, I'm so happy I did that. I'm so happy that I tried it. I'm so happy that I reconnected with my friends. I'm so happy that I joined in on that collective reading. I'm so happy that I joined in this wellness space. I'm so happy that I did it because now it's everything that I needed. And I just see you being in this deep sense of gratitude because there was that thing missing. And the thing that was missing was connection to yourself and your inner beauty and your physical beauty, but also the connection to the people that are life spirited, that have similar visions as you, that have a similar vision as you, or have a similar mission as you. So with this priestess energy, mystic and teacher, this is connecting to your friends, or this is maybe connecting to your friends who might be healers or mystics or priestesses in any way, shape, or form, and kind of allowing them to infuse you with their energy and with their own ashe. So I'm also seeing that this could be Reiki as well, doing some collective Reiki. Shout out to my girl Big Empress Energy, who does the most amazing collective Reiki during the full moons. Okay, let's see what else. Pile number 4. Okay. The final message this pile 4's highest self have for them. Wow. It's all about devotion for y'all. You have beauty and devotion. I hope you guys can see. Well, yeah, sorry. Beauty and devotion. And then you have devotion. And what are they doing? They're dancing. I said some of y'all are dancers. I felt it. You're a dancer, your movement. Your higher self wants you to get committed. Be devoted. If it makes you feel good, it's a lifestyle. It has to be a part of your lifestyle because it impacts your mental wellness and your mental health as well, is what I feel like too. So that devotion and those commitments to those practices, to those sacred circles, to those groups are what's really going to elevate you and just bring you in this deep sense of gratitude of coming home to yourself. So I love you, and I hope everyone received all of these messages with love, and I can't wait to come back and do it again. Take care, y'all.